Let me ask you, do you think knowing both Big and Pac, would they have been friends if both of them lived?
Absolutely.
You got no doubt about that?
No doubt about it. There was a love there, man. It was the other elements that got into it that kept them apart. There was a love, man. There was a love there. They shared a bond. They were friends, before the crap. They were friends, and I think from Pac's perspective, that's why he was so hurt behind it, because they were friends. And I think there's a piece of him that felt like, well, if you didn't have anything to do with it, you knew it was going to happen. Why you ain't tell me? And from Big's perspective was like, doggy, I didn't know it was going to happen. I was in the complete dark because I'm in another studio doing my thing. Doesn't mean I have anything to do with what you're doing. You didn't come to the studio to see me. You came to the studio to do a song with little Shawn, and Jimmy was supposed to pay you. And Jimmy and Jack were friends. That's what happened to you. They ain't had nothing to do with it. I didn't know. I did not know. And then it just, after it happened and after Pac went in, everything just got so blown out of proportion. And then, Pac's in jail and then he's with Suge. And we know what Suge and Puff already had the beef, but behind Suge's man getting killed. And then it's now okay, now it's not Biggie and Pac anymore, it's Bad Boy and Death Row. And once that happened, there was no coming to the table. But I think now you look back at it all these years later, them two grown-ass men, hell yeah, they'd have been friends again. As soon as Pac walked away from Death Row and he was on his way out, they would have been friends again.
Yo, Ed, it's been my pleasure talking to you, brother, but I got to ask you something before I let you go. Vlad, he actually interviewed Mike Tyson, and he brought up something from the last conversation me and you had where you said Mike gave you...
He don't remember, do he?
No, Mike said, I do remember.
He does remember the story.
Yes, Mike said he do remember. He said he remembers giving you his Bentley, and, Vlad is like, word? And he's like, yo, I had something like 300 million. What's 500K to me? And that was a hard line for him, but he absolutely remembered. And I just wanted to bring it back to your attention.
Like during those days, for example, there was a story that Ed Lover told about the Rolls Royce. Can you talk about that story?
Yeah, I had cars, money that mean nothing to me. Like you said, if I had 300 million, well, it's something around 300 million. What would 500,000 matter?
I'm happy, man, because my biggest fear was that Mike wasn't going to remember. That was my biggest fear. And if Mike would have said, no, that never happened, get the fuck out of here, I would have looked like a damn fool, like I was telling the biggest lie in the world. And it actually happened. And I was telling everybody, put yourself in that era, being with Mike Tyson. He was Floyd Mayweather Jr. He had more money than, there was nobody matching his dough. No, not drug dealers, not nobody in the music business. Shit, I remember when Puff and them used to throw the after parties to Mike Tyson fights. Mike was 21 years old, sitting on that kind of money, dog. That's kind of money but we had never seen. There was nobody black that had made that kind of money yet.
Never.
Nobody. The music business wasn't paying us that kind of money. And even at the height of Death Row, the company was valued at $100 million and Bad Boy was valued at $150 million or $120 million. He had $300 million at 20.
Nah, during that same interview, he said, I had more money than anybody in my community, even the entertainers.
Yes, he did.
And he wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. Nobody was getting, you think about people were quoting his name in their rhymes. People were saying Mike Tyson in their rhymes. That house that 50 Cent ended up selling all the way up in Connecticut, that was Mike's house. He had more money than any of us. Every rapper at that time could pull their money and ain't have as much money as Mike Tyson. So he was right. What's 500,000 to a motherfucker like him at that time?
No, that's what he said. He's like, what's 500,000 to me? I had 300 million in the bank.
Right.
But here's the deal. He was the definition at the same time of BMF, blowing money fast.
Yes, he was.
Mike would, anytime you can just give a $500,000 car away, he was spending that money as quick as it came in.
Because he never thought he deserved it. If you read, his book is a great read too. Tyson, it's a great read. And he says, I never thought I would or felt worthy. Like, I don't understand. Like, our mental is different. Like, you give me 500 million right now, I'm like, yeah, I deserve this, baby. I'm gonna wild out a little bit too. I'm gonna buy a couple extravagant things, but being grown, you're smarter with it. Being grown, you're like, let me put this away, let me put this into this, let me put that into that. This is a kid that came from the bottom. Like, you know, reading about him sleeping in abandoned buildings, you know, while in the same bed while his mom's is bedding down dudes just to get money so they can eat. That's a different mentality, dog. And when you get there, you kind of like, he had this, why me? You know, and I tell people, listen, I think I said this with you before, Prez, when Pac died, Stretch died, and Big died, well, not in that order. It was Stretch first, then Pac, then Big. And I knew that I had been around these dudes as much as I was. I questioned it. Why me? Why am I the only one that's living out of these dudes? Why? Why did you not let me get in that car with Biggie? Why did I not come back and jump and ride with Stretch to meet me at Carbon? Why was I just at Carbon waiting for him? Why did you spare me? And I guess that's how Mike felt. Why are you giving me this? I'm just a fat kid with a lisp from Brooklyn who Customato took under his wing and taught me how to fight. And I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm only 20 and you're giving me all this responsibility and all of these people coming at me and this huge entourage of, are they my friends? Are they not my friends? And I'm in love with this woman and I don't know if she's using me or really love me. And that's the thing later on that he told me about him giving me the Bentley. He said, you never asked me for shit. I just wanted you to have something nice. You my man. Every time I saw you, it was positive. We had fun. You would never ask me for nothing. Nothing. I can understand.
Yeah, but he damn sure remembered it.
Yeah, I can understand it. I got to see that interview, man. Yeah, cool.
Yo, but again, man, it was my pleasure. We got to do this again soon.
Definitely,
Ed.
my brother.
I mean, I love sitting and conversating with you. Your perspective, your humor. You always, this is just always such an entertaining part of my day. So thank you very much on behalf of Vlad TV.
Shout out Vlad TV all day, every day.
Yep. Shout to you and see you next time. Love you,
all right,
my brother.
Love you, brother. Peace, y'all.
Be good.